Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so in today's video we have another review video and we are going to be reviewing, hold on, well you've probably seen from the title, but I'm going to be reviewing the Morphe x James Charles eyeshadow palette. Now this palette is absolutely stunning. Like, I cannot express to you the shades in here. I've already opened it and I've used it once or twice, but I haven't actually used it on myself, so yeah, it's kind of a first impression but kind of a review video. This palette was one of the most hyped eyeshadow palettes ever in the beauty community, I think. I got this on the fourth launch, the third or fourth launch, I think. It was the launch that launched about two weeks ago, I think, because I got this about a week ago but haven't had time to film. But yes, this is stunning eyeshadow palette. I cannot wait to get my fingers into it. As you can see, I already have my base on. That's because it's a review video and we're not really focusing on the face, we're more focused on the eyes and the quality of the eyeshadows and everything like that. But if you do like this video and want to see more review videos, because I love doing these, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do click the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Also, if you want to follow more of me and see more of me, my Instagram is at @makeblog.xo. I can't wait to dive in, so I think without further ado, I'm going to dive straight into today's brand new video. Anyways, so this is what the unicorn looks like, and James just looks absolutely stunning on this. Like, hello, and how amazingly talented is he for creating this eye makeup look and this kind of artist kind of a thing at the front. At the back it does read out, "Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my palette. I love glam, but I also have a huge passion for crazy, colourful, outside the box makeup, and I created this palette with that in mind. I included every beautifully formulated shade necessary to create literally any look you could possibly imagine. I cannot wait to see what you come up with when you unleash your inner artist." Now, to me, I loved when he put the unleash your inner artist in, like, when you open the palette. I love that because everybody can, and this palette includes shades of all different kinds that you can just create any kind of a look with, and that's what I love about this. Like, I love bright colours. As you know, in every single of my Disney series I use my Revolution palette. I love that palette, but the only thing about that is I can't go in. If I'm going travelling, I have to take another eyeshadow palette, where this you will be able to take anywhere with you and create any kind of a look. You can also use some of these eyeshadows on the face. For example, face that James uses in every single video, he uses that to highlight. He also, I remember when the palette just came out, he used the shade Literally, which is like a pinky golden thing for blush. I also, because with this palette I really wanted to create a look with it, but I couldn't create it on myself. I used a face chart that I created with that, and I used every single shade and everything out of here. So I used it for eyebrows, I used it for bronzer, contour, the whole thing, even liner that I kind of just had to smudge. I used every single shade out of here because I just love it. And I love the most is this packaging. Now this does like stick out, you know, you can feel it. You know what I mean. I can't really explain it, to be honest with you. We have James Charles at the back and then nothing on the back. It does say, I love this little like sticker thing here at the back. It is the James Charles palette. I literally love that. But yeah, it just tells you the address of Morphe, and this is made in China, and this is the eyeshadow palette. Can we just appreciate how stunning all of these shades are? Like, I can't get enough, and I love these 7 shades going through the middle, like with bigger shades, the ones that you will use more often. This includes 13 matte shadows and 26 matte shadows. Now the first thing that I opened this and I died for was this bright yellow. Like, that was the first thing I was like I loved this bright yellow shadow. Like, that was the first thing. And then I swatched literally, and James has been, no, you're kidding, James has been like hyping this shadow for the pigment, and this one is a pressed pigmented shadow. Now most of these colours in here are pressed pigment eyeshadows. Now the first thing I wanted to do was test You're Kidding, because literally the name just explains it. Like, when you touch it, you're like, oh, holy schmeezers. Like, it's amazing pigment. I will show you that in the swatches later on. I also love, now my mum went out and I used my James Charles palette. Now she wanted something like, she loved, I did an eye makeup with the Naked Cherry palette, and she absolutely loved that. Now I wanted to create something using my James Charles palette, and it worked exactly the same. Like, the colours and everything, she was really pleased with it. I used this shade, a bit of that shade to deepen it out, and for the shimmer I think I used this one, or them two. I might use them too, I'm not sure. But honestly, these are just amazing shadows, and if you can get a hold of this, I would recommend. Now, I haven't tried this on my eyes, but I have tried it in other situations. I can't wait to dive into some of these colours, because I've only touched about 5 colours. I haven't touched any of these, so I do want to touch them all and just get my fingers in them today. The look we are creating with the palette is the look that James created on the unicorn. This look right here. I am going to pull up his YouTube video and see if I can create the Unleash Your Inner Artist look from his packet. Now, I will say, the only thing I'm a bit on the fence about is, no, I love this, by the way. When I got my Morphe palette was wrapped in bubble wrap. I think it's because it was shipping. So the box, I think the unicorn was made a bit bigger, because you need to obviously package it, make sure it doesn't smash. Because that was my whole worry the whole time I was away. I was like, oh my god, what happens if my Morphe palette is shattered? But it wasn't, because it was covered in bubble wrap. Now as you can see, like the palette is like thin for the box, so it can move around. But that's the only bad thing I can say about this. Well, it's not really that bad, but the only thing I was a bit like, meh. I'm going to dive into some swatches. I don't know if to use a primer today because the primer I would normally use is the Max and More one, but sometimes I don't really think it gives off kind of that effect. Now, I did get my nails done for the Easter, and I hope you all loved my spring look that I did, because I was so obsessed with how that turned out. Like, that was the previous video I just posted, but yeah, I was really proud of that. But yeah, I did get my nails done. I think they went a tiny bit bright and not kind of what I was expecting. But yeah, just if you noticed, if you wanted to know, just letting you know.
I'm first going to grab an M433 brush and dip into the shade Escape, and I'm going to pop this right on the outer corner and start to like imagine it's going to be like the outer V. I normally don't apply shadows like this either, but my goal for creating this palette was to create really pigmented and fully matte eyeshadows, because it's something that I've wanted in my kit as an artist literally since starting in the makeup game. And of course there's been a lot of really bomb palettes, but one of the problems with rainbow palettes I feel like is that they all look so beautiful inside the actual palette, but a lot of the shadows don't actually apply that pigmented onto the skin. So I really wanted to create really pigmented, really bomb, and really bright rainbow colors, and through doing that, some of the matte shades are either matte or some of them are actually pressed pigments, which means you just have to work with them in a little bit of a different way, and that means packing on that shadow first. Next, I'm going to grab another M433 brush and dip into the shade Single, which is that lighter purple shade, and I'm going to use this to lightly diffuse out the edges. I'm just going to tuck that right into the crease as well.
First colour that I am going to take is the shade Escape, which is this dark purpley colour, and apparently this is a pressed pigment. So the shade Escape is this shade right here, and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner. Oh my god, this is so pigmented, I cannot actually believe it. The next shade I'm going to take is the shade Single, which is this one right here, and I'm going to blend out and blow out the edges of Escape. Okay, so this is the look so far. I did notice when looking at the unicorn, his look is kind of brought out. So that's why I'm trying to recreate like the big eye.
Now that the purple's all placed on the outer corner and it's all set in place, I'm just going to grab an M441 brush and dip into B, which is the bright yellow shade. This is by far the best bright yellow shadow I have ever tried. Look at this. Ready? Oh my god, like literally, you're kidding me. And I'm just gonna pop this right on my inner corner, kind of blending it into the nose contour as well, and just pulling this up right into that crease region.
Next shade I'm going to take is the shade B, which is, as Jane said, one of the most amazing shadows ever. And this is the shade I was most attracted to when opening this palette, because you cannot find a yellow shade that's pigmented enough. Let's be honest. This is like out of my comfort zone, because when applying shadow, I don't normally go this much out of my eye. But we are following what James is saying.
I'm gonna dip this shade right into the bright red, which is called You're Kidding. Why is it called that? You're gonna find out when I put this on. You're kidding. Look at that pigmentation. Oh my god, that is like true red. Red is one of the shades that I was most excited about, but also most nervous about, because formulating a bright red shadow is really hard. And I also feel like it's something that is always missing from every single palette. I feel like every red either reads burnt orange or magenta, and I was like, no, I want red. Like, is it that hard? And it was, apparently. I was wrong, but we did it, and it looks bomb.
I'm then gonna take the shade You're Kidding, and you will find why it's called You're Kidding, because you're literally shook when you swatch this. Oh my god, I'm really proud of myself.
I'm gonna dip into the shade 518, which is the bright light orange color. I'm obsessed with this orange. It is so neon, so cool. And I'm going to just blend the yellow and red shades together.
I'm then gonna take the shade, hello, can we even fit the palette in the video? I'm gonna take the shade 518, which is this one right here. And I am going to blend the yellow and red together. I am like putting shades into my brow bone and like into my brow, and I am not used to that whatsoever.
I'm gonna dip this brush into the shade Skip, which is the bright neon pink, and I'm gonna use this to connect the red and diffuse out that edge of the purple. If you ever need to fix any blending, just grab your M456, the perfect tiny blending brush, and just go right back in there.
I'm then gonna dip into the shade Skip, which is this one right here, the bright neon pink color, and I'm gonna diffuse the red and purple out.
I'm next going to grab my other M456 that comes in the collection and dip into the shade Escape. This is the darker purple shade, and I'm going to pop this right in the outer V to start creating some dimension. I'm going to pull a little bit more of that single shade into the crease for some more dimension too.
So for more dimension, I'm going to go back in with the shade Escape, which is that dark purple colour. And to diffuse it, I'm going to take the single, which is the lighter purple.
I'm going to grab my M506 brush from the brush set. I love this tiny brush for blending out the outer V, and dip into a little bit of the shade Spooky, the black shade in the palette. I'm going to be very, very careful because I don't want to add too much. Just kind of patting that on there and lightly blending it out. And then going back into my M456 and this Escape.
So I am going to take the tiniest bit of Spooky, which is this shadow right here, like the tiniest little bit, and packing that on the outer corner. And then I'm going to blend it out.
But we're obviously going to clean it up. Do not worry. So now we're at the stage where I want to cut the crease and lay down the rest of the shadows. So I'm going to grab an M224 brush. This is my favorite concealer, and just a thick white concealer. And I'm just going to go right in on the inner corner, cutting my crease a little bit bigger than normal. And then grabbing an M431, this is the little pencil brush from the kit. I'm going to grab a tiny bit more of that concealer on the paintbrush. I just dab a little bit off, and I'm going to go in and actually diffuse out those edges because I don't want this to be a cut crease. I want it to be like a paper cut crease.
Okay, this is looking okay. James just went in with a white concealer. I'm not going to do that. I don't have one. So I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible concealer and cut the crease. That went pretty good, if you ask me. Now, he said he wants to create a paper cut crease. I'm then going to take a like thinner kind of a brush and, oh, I can see my finger. Anyways, I'm just going to use this to do the paper cut crease that he wishes. I'm actually really proud of myself because this is the kind of look I would never ever go for. Like the colour to the brow bone. But I'm loving it.
Now I'm going to grab an M166 brush and dip into the white shade in the palette, which is Flashback, based on the most iconic internet meme of all time. I really wanted to make a super pigmented white eyeshadow because I feel like these are really hard to find. And I also decided to place it in the middle row as well because a lot of you guys love using white when it comes to either drag or theater or just avant-garde looks in general. I will say confidently, non-biased as well, this is by far the best, most pigmented white eyeshadow I have ever tried or seen. I swear to God, you can either put it on once for just a light little wash of white, or the shadow does layer up and you can literally make it like bright white. That's literally white. So good.
Okay, so it looks like we are going to be taking Flashback, which is the bright white shadow, and packing that where we've just put all of that concealer. He did state that this colour can layer, so I'm just gonna pack on more because he has like a pure white base where I only have like a natural kind of colour.
Go lightly over those edges to even diffuse it a little bit more. I'm gonna add some blue. I'm first gonna get my M124 brush. This is just a tiny little packing brush, and dip into the shade Acapella, which is our metallic blue shade. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spritz using the Morphe Prep and Set. And I'm gonna pack this shade right on here. Then on a dirty M456, I'm gonna grab the shade Cola, which is our dark blue matte shade. I'm obsessed with this color. It is obviously named after Pepsi, my favorite soda. Just pop it right in there to make sure the purple and blue are blended together. And then going back in and blending this edge.
So, as he said, I'm gonna dip into the shade Acapella, this metallic blue shade right here, and I'm going to pack it on. Oh, wow. And then I'm gonna take some of my Maradeschi spray, and then I'm gonna pack this on the outer corner because this is not the tea. Then I'm gonna go into the shade. Let me find a brush first. This one. I'm gonna go into the shade Cola, which I could really fancy a cola right now. NGL. But I'm just gonna blend them two together. I am gonna flick away some of this fallout, just the tiniest little bit, mind you, from that metallic shade.
In brush, I'm next gonna grab the shade Hello and pop that right in the middle of that dark blue and the white.
I'm gonna go into another flat brush again and dip into the shade Hello, I think. Yes, this one, the light blue metallic shade, and I'm going to pack that on, take some Maradeschi, and then just kind of blend the white and the metallic blue together.
To the lid, I'm going to use the Peaches and Cream glitter base and a few different glitters that I have. This one is from In Your Dreams, this one is from Peaches, and this one is from the craft store, and I'm just going to pack that right over top of the white. Grabbing a little bit of that chunkier glitter from In Your Dreams, just going to pop that on. Just lightly dabbing that on as well. I do want to show the glitter reflex, but I don't want my eyelid to literally feel crusty because that's the worst feeling in the entire world.
Okay, so he's going in with the Peaches and Cream glitter. I don't have that, but the equivalent, I do have my glitters. You probably see my glitters quite a lot. These are my little glitters. I'm probably going to take this shadow right here, that one, and I'm just going to pack that on the lid.
Now I definitely have a little bit of fallout, that is for sure, so I'm going to grab the E48 brush. I love this brush for under eye powder. I'm just going to dust that all away and pray that it actually goes away. Good to know my palette is pigmented. Then to finish off the upper lash, I'm just going to grab a liquid black liner and just go right over that to hide the lashes that we're going to put on in a little bit.
I'm going to take the, what's it called? Ted Baker liner. I love this. Just a little, we'll have no wing, just kind of a line.
It's going to be pretty easy, just slapping on some colors. I'm first going to grab my M456 that has a little bit of the excess purple shade on it and just dip one more time into single. And I'm going to use this to blend together this outer corner. With my M124 brush, dipping into the shade Brother, the bright blue shade. I love this color. It is obviously named after Sister Ian. I'm just going to pop this right up against that lower lash line next to the purple. This is another one of those shades that was really hard to formulate, so you definitely want to pack the shades on there. And then with the M152, this is a tiny brush, but I love this. For buffing out the lower lash line, I'm going to dip into the bright green shade, which is called Social Blade. In honor of all of you guys and my crazy growth throughout this past year, gotta say green always. And I'm going to pop this right next to that blue, blending it in, and also creating a faux inner corner as well.
So I'm going to take the tiniest bit of Single, the light purple shade, and blend out that lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the shade Brother, and then I'm going to take the shade Social Blade.
I'm going to grab the M421 brush and dip into a little bit more of that white concealer, and I'm going to use this to create a new lower lash line.
Okay, we are going to create a new lower lash line, so I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Concealer and a flat brush. Wow, I've never actually done that before, and it's like hard. And I think he's going to go in with some more flashback, but well, he isn't going to go in with flashback, but I am, because his is like pure white shadow concealer, sorry, and mine's not. So I just want a tiny bit more, you know.
It's gonna dip into the dark green shade, which is called Daddy, in honor of my best friend Laura's husband, Victor. You guys have met him in a ton of videos now. It's gonna line right up against the white over top of the green area, just for a little bit more dimension. And then using that same brush, gonna dip into Cola and do the same thing in the blue, and then same thing with Escape in the purple.
Okay, so looks like we're creating a tiny more definition. So let's have a look. I was trying to look for it in the palette. It's this one right here. I'm then going to go into the shade Cola, is that one right there. And then I'm just going to take the dark purple colour for Escape. Then I'm going to take a blender brush and blend that all together. We'll just kind of, you know.
Using a tiny bit more of that Peaches glitter glue, I'm just going to pop some right on top of that white as well, just so everything is like flowing nicely together. Just gonna pop on a quick coat of a mascara.
Then I'm gonna go in with my favorite mascara, Benefit Bad Girl.
And then just popping on a wispy lash.
Okay, time for lashes. Okay, I have finally applied an eyelash. Now, I was gonna apply something much more fuller for this look, but I tried and it just looked. Anyways, I'm going to try to do the other eye as best I can, and I'll be right back to show you the results. So eventually, about 2 hours later, I am back with both eyes done. Now, I'm going to say, this is one of the bestest eyeshadow palettes in the whole industry. Like, I am not being funny. This honestly is my new favorite eyeshadow palette. I am blown away about how amazingly pigmented the eyeshadows are, how amazingly they blend. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, how amazingly pigmented they are. I am speechless. But the formulation and everything of these, even the pressed pigmented eyeshadows, I thought would have been stunning. And honestly, with this look, I did actually unleash my inner artist. This is one of the best makeup looks I have ever created. I am so happy. And also I want to state that this is the first ever Morphe palette I have tried. So I am hoping that most of the Morphe palettes that I'm going to order from now on are this amazing. I have been told that the Morphe 35O and the 3502 palette's amazing. The new one, the bronze one, is also really stunning. Okay everyone, so this is today's video all complete. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more review videos of any other eyeshadow palette, do comment it down below, and if you have any other video suggestions, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. As usual, if you do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do click that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Also, shout out to the Morphe Times James Charles palette, because this is one of the best eyeshadow palettes in the whole entire world. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye everyone!